All right, today we're pulling back the curtain on something you've probably seen a million times online, a sales pitch for a men's health supplement. This one is called VigoSurge. Now, we're not reviewing the product itself. Instead, we're going to deconstruct the powerful marketing framework they use to sell it. Let's dive in. You know, a really effective pitch almost always starts with a big, bold hook, and this one is a classic. Incredible results in record time. I mean, that's designed to do one thing: grab your attention right away. It sets this huge expectation and really makes you wonder, okay, what is this?
And that really is the big question, isn't it? How do you take someone from seeing that initial hook all the way to clicking the buy button? So in this explainer, we're going to walk you through that marketing funnel step by step. We'll break down all the techniques of promise, proof, and persuasion. So the whole journey kicks off with the core promise. This is that first super important step where the pitch builds on that initial hook we just saw. It's all about painting this picture of the perfect outcome, showing you exactly what you can supposedly achieve.
And here are those core claims. Just look at the language they're using. Enhanced, superior, 100% benefits. They're not just selling you a bottle of pills. They're offering a complete solution with, and I quote, zero compromises. That kind of language is all about building the maximum possible value right from the start.
Okay, so after you make a huge promise like that, any good pitch has to answer the next obvious question, which is, yeah, okay, but how does it actually work? And in this case, the answer they give you is the formula itself.
The number 14. This becomes a sort of anchor for their credibility. It immediately makes you think, wow, 14 ingredients? This must be a really complex, well-researched formula. It's a simple, memorable number, and it's designed to suggest a lot of scientific depth without having to get into the weeds.
Now, what's really clever here is how they categorize the ingredients. They don't just throw a list at you, they group them by the benefit they're supposed to provide. So this first group is all about energy and stamina, with things like Panax Ginseng and Muira Puama, which the site actually calls potency wood. Next up, the pitch pivots to blood circulation, which is, a huge theme in men's health. By listing ingredients you might have heard of like ginkgo biloba or even cayenne pepper, it kind of connects the formula to ideas you might already think are healthy. It's like building a little bridge of trust. The third group, well, it gets right to the point. This is all about libido enhancement. And here, the pitch uses ingredients with some pretty memorable names, like horny goatweed, for instance, to directly target one of the main reasons a customer might be looking at this in the first place. And finally, the pitch kind of zooms out. It rounds out the formula by framing it as a tool for your overall wellness. They start talking about prostate support, nervous system health, antioxidants. So you see what they're doing, right? The message has shifted from fixing one specific problem to offering you a total system upgrade. So once they've presented the what and the how, the whole narrative makes this really smart shift to the who. This is the social proof stage, and it's an incredibly powerful technique. It's all about building trust by showing that other people just like you, have already used it and found success. This first testimonial is a perfect example. See, Cornell isn't just saying it worked for him, he's implying it actually improved his relationship, which is a way more powerful emotional benefit. That little line, especially for my wife, that's a classic marketing technique.
Then you have this story, which drills down on a core emotion, confidence. The pitch isn't just selling you a physical result anymore, it's selling a feeling. That line, "you'll finally feel confident again," is written to speak directly to what might be a really deep-seated insecurity for someone.
Oh, this one is brilliant. This is how you handle customer skepticism. This testimonial speaks right to the person who's on the fence, basically saying, hey, I was skeptical too, but it turns out I was totally wrong. It's a really powerful way to disarm your own doubts and reframe the product from something you want to something you need. So the whole foundation has been laid, right? You've got a huge promise, a scientific explanation for how it works, and you've got social proof from testimonials. Once all that interest and trust is established, the pitch can transition smoothly to the part that really matters, the offer. This part of the pitch is all about creating value and, just as importantly, urgency. It's never just, here's the product, here's the price. No, it's framed as a special, time-sensitive opportunity that you, the viewer, really need to act on right now.
This pricing table is a classic move. While you can buy a single bottle, it's very clearly positioned as the worst deal. The popular and ultimate packs are the ones they really want you to choose, using that much lower per bottle cost and those huge savings numbers to nudge you toward a bigger purchase upfront. And to make that offer seem completely irresistible, the pitch uses a technique called value stacking. They just keep adding these free digital bonuses, and each one has its own specific dollar value attached. It makes the total package feel like an unbelievable bargain, and it further rewards you for picking one of the more expensive options. And then comes the urgency with this classic scarcity tactic. A statement like this creates exclusivity. It taps right into our fear of missing out, FOMO. It makes you feel like this opportunity is about to disappear, pushing you to make a decision right now instead of sleeping on it. And here we are, the final stage of the pitch. After building up all that desire and all that urgency, the marketing now has to deal with the last big obstacle: risk. This is where they offer you guarantees, and it's also where you find the really, really important fine print. That big number, 60, represents the 60-day money-back guarantee. This is classic risk reversal. It's meant to give you a sense of security, to make you feel like you have absolutely nothing to lose by giving the product a try. It's all about lowering that barrier to purchase. But here's the crucial fine print. Right after they show you all those glowing success stories, this legal disclaimer basically walks it all back. It says those results aren't guaranteed at all, and that no single result should be considered typical. It's a huge contradiction. And this might be the most important piece of fine print for any supplement sold in the US. It's the standard FDA disclaimer. It tells you that none of the product's claims have been independently verified, and that it's not meant to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. And that pretty much wraps up our deconstruction. By understanding this whole structure, from the big promise to the proof to that critical fine print, we can all be a little more informed. So it leaves us with one last question. The next time you see a compelling offer online, what are you going to look for first?